Haven't done a live in a minute. Share out the video. Got a decent amount to talk about today. Wait for some people to come on and share it out myself. Share out the video. So I definitely got to talk about the crew office, because in our department, there's a major problem going on with the crew office. But first I want to talk about this unity thing within RTO. But I'm waiting for some people to come on. I'm going to share out the video myself. And I'm going to talk to the people. I haven't talked to you guys in a minute. Hopefully everybody had a good Memorial Day. My Memorial Day was kind of quiet. Went over my daughter's house. Had to build a wall unit and some dresses for her. But other than that, everything was cool. Didn't get to go on any barbecues. Yeah, so I'm just gonna wait for some people to come in. Then we're gonna start talking. I'm just sharing out the video myself. Hope everybody's good. Yeah, so share out the video. So while we wait for some people to come in, everybody tell me what line you work. What department you're in. If you're not an RTO, what line you work. What's your title? Let's get to know each other for everybody. That didn't make no sense. Let's everybody get to know each other a little bit. I'm train operator Gomez. I work out of Coney Island Yard on the midnight tour. And I've been in the yard now since February. Hopefully I can pick back up in there. Let's wait for some more people to come in. So where you guys work at? What lines? If you're in the A division, B division, what departments? See what's really going on. Let's give it a little bit more time so a couple more people come in. Again, for all you guys that don't know me, I'm train operator Gomez. Canella Gomez. Don't confuse me with the other Gomez's. I know about 7 of them personally. Alright, so let's get this started. Waited long enough. Again, happy Memorial Day to everyone. Any veterans out there. Enough respect to y'all. So right now, there's the big, it's an election year within our union. So everybody's big on unity right now. Everybody's big on unity. Everybody's talking about unity this, unity that, unity this, and unity that. The one problem I have with the majority of the people talking about unity is that you can't tell me, for example, it's nice outside. It's getting summertime. It's nice outside. You can't tell me, yo, it's nice outside, Gomez. Let's go get some water guns and get together and have some fun this summer. I'm like, you know what? Okay. It doesn't matter that you've been talking bad about me all year long. You want a truce and get together? Okay, let's do that. Let's get some water guns, go outside and play. But you fill your water gun up with piss. And I got water in my water gun. Like, these guys are really insane. It's like, it's one thing. We're all human beings. You can't insult people 300 days out the year, and then when it becomes election time, you want to talk about unity this, unity that, and we're supposed to just forget of how you've been just insulting us all year round. And if you look at my team, you look at my resume, my track record, my team's resume, my team track record, we don't fight with members. Like, we don't come on here talking about this person. We don't come here talking about that person. The only thing we do, we talk about our fight is against the MTA, supervisors, management, and our weak union leadership. That's who we talk about. 9 out of 10 times, if you ever hear us talking about regular members, it's in response to them talking about us. And we very rarely respond to them because to us, they're irrelevant. So when they talk about unity and everybody coming together, just because we don't want to come together the way y'all want to come together, that means that we don't want unity. So if we're not doing it your way, that means there's no other way to do it. Like, you guys are so privileged. I don't know where y'all get this privilege from in this department. It's almost, the privilege y'all feel in this department is crazy without even doing the work. You guys, what do y'all really do to help the members? Y'all make this. I personally don't understand it. I personally don't get it. Like, it's one thing to have unity, but just because someone doesn't want to do it your way, you attack them and say this about them or that about them. But then you want to talk about let's come together. It's asinine. It's really asinine. What makes your way right? That's what I need to understand. Compared to me and my team in Progressive Action, what have you guys done in RTO that y'all can dictate the terms of what and how this department needs to be run? That's what I want to know. That's what I need to ask everybody out there talking about me and my team. What have y'all done in this department that y'all have the right to dictate to us the way things need to be done as far as uniting, the way things need to be done as far as anything in this department? Our track record, our resume speaks for itself. Like, I help hundreds of members all the time. Y'all already know what Tremel does. Y'all already know what Chris Dermond does. Y'all already know what Nuke does. You know, Jason Norris. The list goes on and on about things that we do, and this is proven stuff. You guys tell me, what are these other people doing to help the department other than making videos talking about us? If I had a nickel for every time these guys make a video and they talk about Progressive Action or something that Progressive Action did, Progressive Action this, Progressive Action that, you know, I'd be a rich man. Like, we don't talk about y'all. That's the thing. Look at the content. Look at the content. You guys got to wake up and pay attention to the content. All we do is fight for members, help members, talk about management, talk about supervisors. We're not on here talking about members. We're not talking about regular members. Your guys are not our enemy. And I'm not sitting here saying everybody in management is our enemy, all supervisors are our enemy, because that is not true. I get along with most supervisors. I get along with most superintendents. Like, you couldn't pay a supervisor to come on here and say Gomez was real disrespectful to me or Gomez this, because that's just not my character. Like, I treat people the way I want to be treated. And we really need to get that mentality around here. Now, don't get me wrong, I get in people's asses and I write a lot of supervisors up a lot of times for people. So that's just something I had to get off my chest with this unity thing. Like, Progressive Action is all about unity. Look at our track. Look at the things we do for this department. You know, our track record speaks for itself. We've been going out to terminals, going out to stations forever. We didn't just start because it's election year. We're always out there. We're always doing things for the members. We're always helping the members. And that's really all I got to say about this unity thing, man. These dudes are insane. These dudes, how you have a unity event, and because people that you want to unite with don't want to unite with you under your terms, and then you want to talk about me and my team. Like, I don't understand it. It's like I said before. It's almost like people that don't get along with you call you in the summertime because the weather's nice. And they're like, yo, Progressive Action, you know, the weather is nice. Let's put everything behind us. Let's get some water guns and take it back to the early 90s, late 80s, and go out there with some, you know, have a good water gun fight. But they want to fill their water guns up with piss. Come on, we're not stupid. We're not stupid. We're not falling for it. And the members aren't stupid, and the members aren't falling for it either. There's too many smart people in our department that know what's going on. They know who they can rely on for help. They know who's helping the members. They know who's fighting management. They know who's fighting these bad supervisors. And that's really all I gotta say on that. You guys gotta pay attention and open your eyes, man. Don't fall for the BS, because it's a lot of BS, man. It's a lot of BS. It's a lot of BS. Just keep your eyes open and pay attention to what's really going on. Because the same people that's been doing the work is the same people doing the work. We didn't just start doing this stuff because it's election time. Like, it's just not true. It's not facts. We've been here and we ain't going nowhere. Been here, we ain't going nowhere. All right. What else I want to talk about? I want to talk about right now, dispatcher in the crew office, Patella. Train dispatcher Patella. So, I'm not going to give y'all a long story of what's going on with this train dispatcher. Like, I have a major problem with him. And the major problem I have with him is not even because of me. Because I've spoken to the man one time. You know, but the problem is, and this is the crazy thing. He mistaked me for another Gomez in the system. That is like that's like unheard of. It's like unheard of. Most of the time, I personally know 5 Gomez's down here. 5 train operators with the last name Gomez. I personally know 5 of them. So and there's way more Gomez's. And a lot of times they'll call me and be like, yo, G, supervisor was kind of mean to me or whatever when I was signing. I think they thought I was you, or, people was giving me attitude because I think they thought I was you. Never in my time down here has a dispatcher or a supervisor given me a problem because they thought I was a different Gomez. So that was a first. I didn't think it could ever happen, but I had to laugh at it or whatever. And I even told the man, I was like, yo, bro, you don't know who you're talking to. You're talking to the wrong person. It's not me. So this is my main problem with this dude. And I'm giving him all the attention he needs. This is just only part one of the attention he needs, because he needs to get out of the crew office. There's no way somebody that's discriminating against giving people jobs should be working in the crew office. There's no way. Like, his job, if I'm not mistaken, the job of the people that work in the crew office is to assign jobs. It's not for them to pick and choose who they want to assign jobs to based on the person's last name. So if I'm wrong for that, like, are they allowed to be like, okay, your last name is Johnson, so I can't assign you these jobs, or your last name is Gomez, so you can't assign, so I can't assign you these jobs. Like, somebody like that working in the crew office is very, very toxic. And he needs to be removed from the crew office ASAP, because the discrimination is ridiculous. So I'm going to give y'all the complete rundown of the story. And y'all let me know what y'all think on this. And y'all tell me if y'all think somebody with his mentality or his attitude should have the power of assigning people jobs or not. Because at the end of the day, he can affect people's livelihoods. He could be like, oh, that's Gomez? No, I'm not going to send him here. I'm going to send him all the way over there. Oh, that's Gomez? Okay, don't give him this job. Give it to that person. And that's no bueno. So let me tell y'all the story real quick. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. And I'm going to read the comments, and we're going to get into this. So I'm signed up on the overtime list. I put in one of those preference sheets in the overtime thing. And so one day, and notice I've never spoken to dispatcher Patella ever in my life. Not one time in my life. Not once in my life. So they assigned me for something other than what I asked for. So in my 10 years down here, when I'm assigned up to the overtime preference list, if they assign me a job and it's not what I requested, I've been able to cancel that job, and if another job is available, I can pick a different job. Boom. So I call him. So I call the crew office, and my problem was I called early because I was tired. And normally I don't call the PM people because, like, I work midnight, so I either speak to the AM people, I never speak to the PM people. So it was kind of weird. It was a whole weird situation that I even called when I called to speak. So he picked up the phone. I explained the situation. He took me out the job. First, when I picked up the phone and I said my name, I was like, this is train operator Gomez. I could just sense the hostility. I could sense the problem. Like I could tell that there was something going on. It just didn't seem regular. So he took me out the job and asked for another job, and he's like, I'm not giving you another job. So this is the key. He said he's not giving me another job. He didn't say there wasn't any jobs available. He said, I'm not giving you another job. And I'm like, what do you mean not giving me another job? They gave me a job that I didn't ask for. Just give me another, I just want to replace it with another job. He's like, this is how I knew the situation was crazy. He was like, listen, this is like the third time I spoke to you. You're always giving problems. And I'm like, bro, you've never spoken to me a day in your life. You don't know who you're talking to. You're talking to the wrong person. So after I said that, we had a little back and forth. And he was like, and look at how much of a snake he is. This is how much of a snake he is. He tells me, and this is his exact words, he tells me it's not his job to fix the crew assignments that the assignment desk mess up. He said, if I have a problem with the assignment desk assigning me the wrong job, I need to file a complaint against them and write them up, because it's not his job to fix their mistakes. Do you hear that? This is what this dude told me. He told me it's not his job. He said instead of him just assigning another job, he wants to take it to the whole level of writing up people in the crew assignment office, because this guy is just a complete snake. That's what I'm thinking to myself. Why are you telling me to write up other supervisors instead of just assigning me another job? But then it's all going through. It's all going through. I remember he said this is the third time he's spoken to me, and this man's never spoken to me a day in his life. He was actually confusing me for another Gomez, and it was just ridiculous. So this is my main problem with him. If he's confusing me with another Gomez and he's giving me a hard time, how many other Gomez's has he confused and gave them a hard time? That's the problem right there. It's not about me, because I'm not really worried about that dude. He's an idiot in my opinion. But how many other Gomez's, or how many other transit workers, how many other train operators does he have a problem with that he's not assigning jobs? Or if they're on the board, he's sending them somewhere they don't need to be sent to? Because obviously this man can't keep the job professional, and he actually holds grudges or tries to affect people working. Think about that for a second. That's not even just laziness. Think about that for a second. So let's say he has a problem with Johnson, somebody named Johnson. So every time someone Johnson calls up to the crew office, he's going to give somebody with that last name a problem, not knowing there's probably 20, 30, 50 Johnsons down here. He don't even know if it's the right Johnson that he's talking to, and he's just giving them problems. So somebody like that doesn't need to be in the crew office, because he's just unprofessional, and he has too much power as far as maintaining who works here, who works there, and he needs to be removed. He's an idiot. He's a straight idiot. And until he finds out, he didn't even bother to make sure he was talking to the right person that he had a problem with before he came with his crazy attitude and didn't want to do his job. Because I thought the purpose of the people that work in the crew office was to assign jobs, not to pick and choose who they want to assign jobs with, compared to if they have a problem with somebody or if they don't have a problem with. So to me, that's a real big problem, because I think about the 5 Gomez's that I personally know, and they all work PMs. So when I actually found, it's funny because I actually found the Gomez that said they have a problem with this dude, or that he has a problem with him. And I was getting more information, and I'm like, damn. So this dude Patel, this dude in the crew office really is asinine. And he needs to get out the crew office. He needs to go. He has way too much control over what people work, who can work, who can't work, to be as unprofessional as he is. The unprofessionalism is crazy. Just because you have a problem with someone named Gomez, that doesn't mean that every Gomez in the system is that Gomez. If y'all understand what I'm saying. So I think that's crazy. You know, he definitely needs to be removed from the crew office. He definitely needs to be. Hold on. Most people in the crew. No, that's not true. From my experience with the crew office, there's a lot of good people in the crew office. I can name off, like, Brother Brown is good, Miss Thompson, Chantel. There's a lot of good people that work in the crew office. You know, that do their job, that's really professional. I'm all about being professional. You know, if your job is to assign people jobs, it doesn't matter if you like this person or not. Just assign the jobs. All that making things personal is just ridiculous, because mistaking me for the wrong person, you found the right one. Because as you see, dispatcher Patella, this is not over. This is not over. This is not over. I'm in your ass like a wedgie. This is ridiculous. This is not over. It's not even halfway over. But there's a lot of people good in the crew office, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm attacking the crew office, because, you know, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of bad things with the crew office just in general that has just been allowed to build such a bad culture while we're down here. But in general, the people in the crew office are good people. I'm not going to sit here and try to say everybody in the crew office is they have a job to do. Like, I hear a lot of people talk about this guy Hanachek or whatever. I personally have now no experience with Hanachek. You know, I hear that he's not really a nice human being, but I don't really have too much personal experience to really talk about him. You know, but this dude, Dispatcher Patella, he's the perfect example of a bad supervisor that can't be professional, that doesn't need in a position, that he needs to be a supervisor of paper clips and staples. He needs to be the supervisor of paper clips and staples. He doesn't need to have any interaction with train crews if he's going to maintain that type of unprofessional attitude and behavior. And also I want to tell you guys, a lot of people I've had a couple of people call me and complain about people in the crew office. I would recommend that from now on, when you guys call the crew office, you guys record your conversation with the crew office. There's like 1,000 apps you can use to record your conversations. I would personally advise everyone in RTO from now on to record your conversations when you call the crew office. Because even though the conversations are recorded, it would almost have to be the end of the world for them to pull the recording to actually see what's the problem if you say that you have a problem with one of them. But if you have your own recording, that's a different situation. I always hear stories about Hensky, but personally, yeah. But that's what I would recommend everybody in RTO to do from now on. Especially if y'all say that you always have a problem with someone, y'all need to start recording your conversations with the crew office. Because at the end of the day, if there's one thing you know, managers look out for supervisors and supervisors look out for supervisors, as it should. As it should be. It's only train crews don't look out for train crews, which is sad down here. One of the biggest problems I see down here is train crews don't look out for train crews. You got dispatchers look out for dispatchers, TSS look out for TSS, managers look out for managers, but train crews don't look out for train crews. The culture down here has just been so bad, and it's just been a avalanche of bad culture rolling over bad culture down here, that people probably don't even realize that the culture is so bad because it's been so bad for so long, just avalanching and building up, creating an even worse culture. But that is one thing I would definitely say that everybody needs to start doing. You need to start recording your conversations with the crew office, because until they know that they're being recorded, or they know that we're not going to tolerate certain behavior from them anymore, it's going to continue. It's going to continue. And if anybody needs any apps so they can record on their phone, I have multiple apps I could give you guys. But that's my main problem with this dude Patella. And it's not even that I personally have a problem with him. It's not even me. I'm more concerned about the other Gomez's that's called the crew office and he's given a problem to. Because I'm all about members. I'm all about my members first. All the time I'm all about my members first. And to me, it worries me that he could actually, if he made a mistake with me, there's definitely a chance he made a mistake with another Gomez. Because I never call the PM guys. So like I said, I've never spoken to him. I've been down here 10 years. First time ever speaking to this idiot. So I could just imagine the problems he's given other people with my last name. And that's the problem that I have. You know, I'm more concerned about the other Gomez's down here that's calling to get work, that's calling the crew off because they need something. And when he picks up the phone, he hears Gomez, and it's right away he's giving them a hard time or he's giving them a problem. That's my problem with this man. That's my only problem with him. I don't believe that somebody as unprofessional as him should be working in the crew office where he has to deal with multiple individuals. Like, you don't have to like someone or agree with someone to do your job. Your job is to assign jobs in the crew office and to do the responsibilities in the crew office and talk to people with respect and courtesy. That's your job. That's the job of the crew office, from what I understand. So all that other stuff is just ridiculous. And you're a snake. And I say it again, he's a snake. For all you supervisors out there, that man is a snake because he told his exact words to me was that I need to write up the people in the assignment desk because that's not his. I never heard a supervisor tell me to write another supervisor up. This shit was hilarious. I'm listening to him. I'm like, damn, why I'm not recording this conversation? But that's my only gripe. That's my gripe with him. He needs to be removed from the crew office. I don't think he would get any Gomez confused. They go by pass number. No. He didn't get my pass number before he gave me mad attitude. And I tell you, I never spoke to this dude before. That's how, and he told me how I knew that he confused me with somebody because he said this is the third time me and him spoke. He said this is the third time he's spoken to me. And that was the very first time I've ever spoken to this man. I've never spoken to him a day in my life. So he definitely had me confused with another Gomez, 1,000%. Because, it's crazy. People don't really give me problems like that in RTO. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of weird, even the way he was coming at me, because the whole time I'm thinking, like, damn. Fuck, I'm thinking to myself, do I know this guy? Conversation was crazy with that dude. He was definitely had me confused with somebody. I know who I speak to. I'm very polite to everybody in the crew office. So it was definitely, he had me confused with another Gomez. And I feel sorry for the other Gomez because I know if he came at me like that, he definitely came at somebody else like that. So, it concerns me the way he's treating members. And he definitely, somebody with that mentality and that unprofessionalism definitely doesn't deserve to be in the crew office. And definitely we're working on getting him removed from the crew office. Working on getting him removed from the crew office. Definitely, that's the ultimate goal, to get him out of the crew office. He needs to be back on the road, or like I say, he needs to be a supervisor of paper clips and staples. This way he doesn't have to deal with any crews. Because if your job is to talk and to interact with hundreds of people, you got to be professional. You can't base your experience with one person and relate it to a whole bunch of different people. That's just not how the world works. This is supposed to be a professional environment, and we're not really feeling that. Also, our annual assault march, August 6th. Make sure I'm giving you guys the right information. Yes, August 6th at City Hall. We need everybody to come out. We do this transit workers assault march, assault rally every year. Last year, because of COVID, we didn't do it. And it's coming back this year. We need everybody to come out and support. Like, everybody knows attack on transit workers. This isn't something new. Transit workers have been getting attacked for a long time. You know, the protection for us is very low. And we need to come out in force and let them know that we're not going to take this anymore. And we need to really come up with some very proactive ways of ensuring that we have the police protection that we need, and that police aren't in our crew room, that police are deployed properly. That's one of the main things, you know, police deployment. That's one of the main things. And police deployment and prosecuting these criminals that attack transit workers. The transit workers are never going to stop getting assaulted, never going to stop getting attacked if these guys are not prosecuted. It's almost like you attack a transit worker and you don't get prosecuted. You know, we got to start holding these district attorneys liable. You know, we need to start holding our union liable, because it all plays hand in hand. You know, if they're not willing to prosecute people that attack transit workers, we're just going to continue to get assaulted. And, you know, the assaults are crazy. The assaults have been crazy. To me, the only real difference right now is that a lot of more passengers are getting attacked. So when passengers get attacked, it brings more attention, because transit workers have been getting attacked. We've been getting attacked ever since I've been down here. There's really been no difference in my eyes as far as the attacks. Transit workers have been getting spit on. You know, it's not, to me, it's all on a level playing field as far as us getting attacked, us getting spit on, us getting things thrown at us. This is ridiculous. And what is it really going to take for them to take us serious, that we don't want to get attacked anymore? You know, if they're going to take us finding what stations have the most attacks, and we bypass that station because we feel it's unsafe, is that what it's going to take? How would they like that? Let's say Atlantic Avenue. Let's say every station that has over 10 transit workers assaulted, that until there's a permanent police presence in that station, let's say we can't make station stops at that station. Because, you know, all they care about is service. Will they take us serious then? Wonder if they'll take us serious then. Let's say that any station that has more than the 10 transit workers assaulted in, unless there's a permanent police presence, we don't stop at that station no more. How about that? What do you think? What do you think they would do if that was to happen? You think they would take us serious? Do you think? I bet you there'd be permanent police presence in that station forever, because all they care about is service. All they care about is service. All right, something else I want to talk about. I want to talk about my deputy superintendents. I love you guys. I love all superintendents. You know, me and you guys have the greatest conversations when y'all see me. Y'all get my emails. I know y'all be like, this guy Gomez is the greatest guy, man. And I know I love all you deputy superintendents. But I have a slight problem. And hear me out on this problem. When you guys come to terminals, right? Or locations or whatever, and y'all do your, you know, y'all do your PPE and fitness for duty and equipment checks or whatever. Why are you not also checking the terminals for problems? Like, I find it very, very weird that y'all come to a location, y'all come to a location with problems, do your PPE checks, but y'all won't address the problems. If you're at the location, why are you not addressing the problems? Why is it just you want to check people's PPE but not deal with the problems at the location? You know, I find that very insulting, personally. And I would appreciate it from now on if when y'all do your PPE checks, y'all also check the terminal for problems. I wouldn't even say they're lazy, man. I'm not here to call anybody any names or call them lazy. It's just that we don't hold them accountable. That's what it is. We don't hold them accountable. We let them, you know, it's human nature. People want to do the least amount they have to do. But yeah, you know, I'm starting to wonder that. I see these superintendents at terminals doing their PPE checks, but there will be problems. There will be problems at the terminal, and they're not addressing the problems at the terminal. If you're at the terminal checking people goggles and masks, why are you not dealing with the problems at the terminal? Shouldn't that go hand in hand? Am I crazy? Am I crazy for thinking that? Just wondering, am I crazy for thinking that? All right. So like I said, our annual assault rally is August 6th this year. We need everybody to come out August 6th. Our annual assault rally, August 6th. We need everybody to come out and support. Because we're stronger together. I always let them know if there's a problem at the terminal. And that's good. You should always let them know. You know, don't be scared. If you see these superintendents, don't be scared to talk to your superintendents. Don't be scared to talk to your superintendents. At the end of the day, they're managers. They're here to manage. You know, if you have a problem, don't be scared to let them know your problems. They're supposed to be here to help us. I know a lot of you guys feel like all they want to do is write us up, but that's not their main job description. These superintendents pick and choose who they do it to. Well, if you find they're picking and choosing, you know, that's a problem, and you need to, you know, definitely get that addressed, because it's not supposed to be any favoritism down here. Everything is supposed to be on an even playing field. All right. I think that's it for me. I don't want to ramble anymore. I said what I really had to say. If anybody got any questions for me, I'll answer a few questions. Anybody want to know what we got going on in progressive action? Answer some questions. I pretty much said everything I wanted to say about that horrible dispatcher in the crew office. Yeah, I'm good, Davis. I'm good, man. I can't complain. Get ready to go to work tonight. I'm good. Yeah. Anybody got any questions? Anybody? Anything for me? All right, looks like nobody got anything for me. Gomez, we need to talk. All right, I hit you once I get off live and we'll talk, bro. No problem. Yeah, so you guys could always hit me if y'all need help with anything. You can always hit my team, anybody on my team if you ever need help with anything. And I just want to double back. Progressive action is all about unity in this department. It's all about unity in this department. If any of you guys want to work with progressive action, just give me a call. You know, hit me up, hit Tremel up, hit Nuke up, hit Drummond up, hit anybody in my team up. We're all about working for anybody. But what we're not about to do, we're not about to have people tell us, yo, it's sunny out, the summer's good, let's put bygones be bygones, let's go outside, play with some water guns, and their water guns is filled up with piss. We're not about to do that. That's not about to happen. So that's really it for me, man. Y'all gonna start seeing a lot more of me on lives. You know, I've been kind of in the background. I've been out and about. I'm always out at terminals. I'm always sending out emails. I've been kind of off the social media thing a little bit. But I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more social media. You know, out touching the members, seeing the members, giving you guys information y'all need, helping y'all like always. And that's what's up. And remember, guys, stick together, man. I got to say this one last thing before we go. TSS, look out for TSS. Dispatchers, look out for dispatchers. Managers, look out for supervisors. Train crews got to look out for train crews. You know, on a serious note, we got to look out for train crews. You know, we got to look out for each other. Because at the end of the day, believe me when I tell you, that same supervisor or that same manager will send your ass to 2 Broadway the next time. You know, it's very important that we look out for each other, man. We got to look out for each other. And sit on my end. Everybody have a blessed rest of your Memorial Day. Yeah, again, Dispatcher Patella, this is not over. Like, you're a horrible supervisor. You're a very unprofessional, and you don't need to be working in the crew office where you have to deal with multiple different personalities and multiple different people. Like, because the unprofessionalism is real. And yeah, definitely. I'm all about my members. I'm always going to be members first, fellas. I'm always going to be members first. Always going to be members first. All right, everybody have a blessed night. If you need me, just hit me on my hip. Later. God bless.